Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose and this is my review for Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Of course, the follow-up to the original a couple years back, which did a lot of money. And I'm muy which, listen, I'll be honest, I thought it was okay. I remember giving it a mildly positive review when it came out. Not a great film, but there's some fun there. But it definitely had its issues, so it wasn't exactly looking forward to the second one. But I was curious because I know there's a great Venom movie to be made out there. It's a really cool character. Those who are familiar with it from the comics, and they brought in Andy Serkis, who's directing the film. Of course, Andy Serkis, as you see here, is the king of motion capture. Gollum, Caesar from Planet of the Apes, King Kong. So he's done so much and he's very familiar with that. So at least I would think that he can bring good CGI, because that was one of the problems in the first film for the most part, particularly in the final act, and I'll get to that in a second. But here we have, a movie which I think it's better than the original, and I'll start with that, where, but don't get it twisted. Doesn't mean it's a great movie. Oh my God, run out to the theaters and watch it. But it does things right, and the first thing it gets right, I think it's again what the first one got right, and that is Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock and his clashing / relationship with the symbiote Venom, of course, and they really lean into that in this film, where it's a lot of back and forth. They're like a married couple, just bitching at each other, complaining, fighting, if you will. Eddie Brock wants Venom to adhere to these rules, and Venom wants to kind of break out and be a little bit free, of course, and they don't appreciate each other, yada yada yada. And it's fun. It's a cool dynamic. It's wacky and goofy, but it works, and Tom Hardy makes it work. But it's almost relying on that too much, and that's because the story's very simple, which is fine. Listen, this is a short film. It's 90 minutes, and that's okay. But luckily these guys do keep you entertained with the back and forth. But the main plot, it's simple. Obviously, what these guys are fighting. We have Woody Harrelson plays Cletus Cassidy, who is a serial killer, and he got caught. He's going to be he's sentenced to the death penalty, and he uses Brock to kind of help tell his story before he dies. And things happen. He ends up biting Brock. Tastes a little bit of blood that has a symbiote stuff in it, and he becomes Carnage, and he escapes, and all hell breaks loose. Right. So it's very very simple in that sense. And like I said, Carnage is cool. If you guys are not familiar with him, he's just a bigger, potentially stronger version of Venom, except he's red. And obviously they inevitably, Venom, once he finds out the Carnage is out and about, they have to team up again and go fight him, go kill him. I guess it's very simple, and that's okay. I just wish it had a little bit more meat to it. But this movie, listen, I'll say this, and this is one of the reasons why it's better than the first, because, and for one, it's Woody Harrelson. He's good. I'm saying he's great. It's not a great character, but it's better than we got in the first film. Turns into the villain. And the third act, you can actually see what's going on when they're eventually going to fight. They're going to kick some ass. But it looks better. It's better. It's much better shot, so you can actually see what's happening. The CGI is at a different level. Not amazing, but definitely better than the first one gave you. So you can see what's happening in the end, and that's a cool thing. There's actually, and it's funny because it's a kind of movie where, and it's PG-13. I really wish they were leaning into the R, because the Venom and Carnage are two very lethal creatures, or whatever you want to call it. So they should be out there kicking ass, and you can tell it kind of holding him back. They do get to use the F-bomb once, and they use it fantastic here towards the end. I'll give him credit for that. I was laughing at it, and I was laughing here and there because Venom and Eddie Brock are funny together. They're trying to coexist. But ultimately, it's a movie which doesn't offer a whole lot. It's simple. It's fun. It does get stupid and silly at times. We got Venom at a rave or something. It was kind of a weird scene, and everybody it leans into that silliness, and I guess it has to based on what the character itself, and it's okay. And ultimately, I'll say this: if you're a fan of the first film, you're probably gonna enjoy this one. I'd say definitely go out and watch it. You should enjoy it. Like I said, I was mildly entertained by the first one, and I was mildly entertained by this one. I had some good stuff to it, some issues, but overall it's still entertaining. But if you're not a fan of Venom, didn't enjoy the first one that much, I'd probably say this one you may want to hold out and watch it at home. Why pay the money for it? This is more for die-hard fans and anything else. So if you really enjoyed the first one, if you did, good for you. Go out there. I think this is a better movie than that one, so you should be able to enjoy this one as well. If nothing else, just for Tom Hardy and Venom together, I thought that's the part that really worked and kind of brought a smile to your face. Everything else was just kind of standard superhero fare for the most part. And, all right, fine, whatever. It is what it is. I would say this, that end credit scene is fantastic. And I think a lot of people are going to be cheering when they see what is shown in the last scene. Try not to get spoiled. If you're going to watch in the theaters, go out there. Don't listen to anything that's going on. Try not to. And just kind of see it unfold in front of your eyes. It's very cool, and the potential it leads down the road for this franchise. So that was good. So definitely good job on them on that. I'm excited about what that may lead to down the road. But ultimately, it was okay. It was fine. Not a bad film. Whatever. This is your classic, burgers and fries. It's a decent meal. It gets the job done when you're hungry, but don't expect anything special. This ain't a steak or nothing like that. So that being said, Venom, y'all gonna check it out. Comment, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.